welcome to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the land where this conversation takes place. Land which was never ceded, land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Today I'm chatting to Srishti Godbole. Srishti is the third contestant I've spoken to from the recent Pacific Region San Pellegrino Young Chef competition, and I was excited to hear about her dish and to hear more about her journey as a chef. Srishti grew up in Mumbai and credits her great-grandmother and her mother for her love and in fact awe and wonder for food and cooking, having had a particular moment of epiphany as she watched her mother bake a souffle. From there, she has pursued excellence, embarking on cooking degrees, various Cordon Bleu courses, internships and stage around the world, and always voraciously lapping up the knowledge to become a better chef. Srishti is the epitome of focus, determination and discipline, and she's no newcomer to high-stakes competition, having represented India in karate. Srishti works at Maximilian's in the Adelaide Hills, giving me yet another reason to visit Adelaide. Of course, as if I need to be convinced to visit Adelaide. I will get there. So we had a chat on the phone. I really look forward to meeting her in person sometime soon. I love this conversation, and I know you will too. Hi Srishti, it's Jo Ritty here from Conversation with a Chef. How are you? It's lovely to talk to you. Thank you for your time today.
No, it's lovely to talk to you too.
I've actually heard your podcast with Danny Valent, so I feel like I do know quite a few answers to the questions. But and that was such a great chat, and that was before the San Pellegrino competition. So I suppose it's good to be able to have a chat with you after as well and bookend that a bit.
Definitely.
But let's start off with where you are right now. So you're in Adelaide, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm in Adelaide.
Yeah. And you're working at Maximilian's restaurant in Salador.
Yes, that's right.
So is that a big winery?
It is like it's I wouldn't say it's like a big winery, but yes, they have the name. They've been like one of the best restaurants in Adelaide. So it's a pretty beautiful place to work in. It's got a beautiful view, beautiful food, beautiful wines.
Lovely. And do they have a kitchen garden at the winery as well?
Yeah, they have a small kitchen garden.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
It's beautiful. I love the idea of that, of chefs wandering out to the garden to get herbs and things.
It's lovely. Like just go to the garden, get your herbs.
Yeah, absolutely. So now I've had a chat to Robin and to Jackson, who also competed in the competition, and I'm really interested to hear how it went for you and what your experience was, and I'd love to hear a bit more about your dish, your take on the nihari, if I'm saying that right. So let's start off with well done on competing in that competition, because there were only 10 chefs in that regional competition. So what made you decide to go and take part in the San Pellegrino Young Chef competition?
So basically, I heard about this competition, and I've been wanting to take part in this competition for quite some time. Like there was a time when I'd applied for it, and at that time I wasn't selected. It was quite 2-3 years ago. So then it was in my mind always, and hence this was the last chance I could apply for because of my age, because of the age criteria. So like this is the moment I have to do it. I have to take part, and somehow I just did, and my dish got selected. And my main motive behind this was to just bring the just to introduce people to Indian cuisine that they've never heard or seen before, or in its authentic self.
So I was really interested when you were explaining this to Danny. Just the background of that dish. There's a lot of historical background.
Yes.
Could
It's
you?
got a rich history
It
and
does.
tradition. Yeah.
Could you go into that a little bit for me as well, please?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, this dish, I named it Farmer's Table, and I use beef cheek instead of beef shanks, because traditionally beef shanks are used in this dish, but I thought I'll just go for a more sustainable cut.
Mm.
Uh, so basically, the history is like the word nihar in Arabic, it means morning.
Mm.
So this dish was usually had by laborers in the morning to give them energy for the day's work.
Mm.
And it was brought to India by the Mughal emperors. And basically, they settled in different parts of India, and they brought along with them their rich cuisine. They have different dishes that they brought along with them, and nihari being one of them. And since it was one of my favorite dishes, I thought I have to show this to the world.
Mm. And there was something particular about the carrots that you used as well.
Yes, definitely. So, because I believe in sustainability, I believe in fresh produce, I thought like I don't want to waste any ingredients. So I use the carrot, and I use the carrot from top to toe. Like I made carrot top chutney. I roasted the carrots. I pickled the carrots and everything. It was all about the carrots, basically carrots and
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah. And so are they in the stew or are they around the stew? How are how are the
It
roasted
was
carrots featuring?
so basically it was a part of the dish. It was not in the stew. It
Mm.
was just like a side that goes along with the nihari.
Mm. Amazing. And there were some pretty delicious sounding spices in there as well, cardamom and cinnamon and cumin. It sounds delicious.
Definitely. It's more like it's a winter dish. So
Yeah.
every morning you have it, you get the energy from it.
So
The
would
spices keep you warm.
Yeah, for sure. And so would that have been simmering overnight, or if traditionally when it was made, would they make it the day before?
Traditionally, yes, they would start the day before,
Mm.
and they always start making the dish at night. So first thing in the morning when it's ready, people would eat it, and
Mm.
it's more like a breakfast dish than anything else. Rich, hearty breakfast.
Yeah. And I was reading too that some restaurants in that particular region always take a spoonful from the last um, pot or whatever to make the new batch. Is that something that you're familiar with?
Yes, definitely. Like it just adds to the flavor.
Mm.
Like the more you simmer it, the more you keep it resting, the more flavor it develops.
Mm, delicious. And so I know that you were judged on technical skills, sustainability of the dish, and how it made sense in terms of gastronomy. And how did you go on the day?
I think on the day it was really exciting for me personally, and uh, there was a time when I was surrounded. My table was surrounded with different chefs wanting to taste my food because of the smell. The, it was just an amazing experience with technical skills and relating to gastronomy. Uh, I think my dish had like it really had, like I said, like it has a rich history, and which I explained to everyone where it comes from, why is it eaten in the morning. So basically, with skills, I had used the carrot in different ways, and the beef cheek was simmered, braised slowly for 4 hours.
Mm.
So I guess it was a great, great part of the dish to just serve it to the esteemed judges, and they all enjoyed it.
And do they give you feedback in those competitions, or how does
Uh,
that work?
During the competition, I got no feedback, but after the competition, during the award ceremony, I got a chance to speak to the judges, and they just said that they loved the dish so much that they wanted to keep having more and more of it. And that was a win for me because I just went into the competition without thinking about anything. I was just like, win or lose, I have to participate, and that's what I did. And they love my dish. That's a win for me. That's it.
Absolutely. And Robin and Jackson both mentioned too that it was great to meet other chefs and that they and to be aware of the community that you're part of. And I really like the sound of that as well. Did you have that experience?
Yes, definitely. Like I've always believed that competing in any competition is always beneficial because you get to meet so many people from different cultural backgrounds. You get to learn about their dishes. You get to learn about their cuisine, and you share the same with them. So you just keep learning and growing as a chef.
And do you feel stressed in the moment of creating something like that and competing, or do you love that? You know, I mean, you're no stranger to being in competitions because I did hear that you represented India in karate, which is amazing. So, what's your approach, I guess, to those kinds of situations? And I guess it's like any service. There's a level of adrenaline, and
That's right.
yeah.
I just go through this adrenaline rush where I'm just like focusing on what I have to do and I just go for it. Like I don't think about anything else at that point of time.
Mm.
I just stay calm before any competition. I'm just with myself and when it starts I'm there.
Yeah.
Just going for it.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. And I suppose, I mean, absolutely, there's similarities between training for a martial art, I guess, and training to be a chef because there's a lot of discipline involved in both.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
It's more like it just builds your focus in what you're doing, like months of practice, refining those flavors or techniques when it comes to both martial arts and cooking.
mm, absolutely. And so it sounds to me as though you had some really lovely role models growing up. Your mum and your grandmother sound like they were really great cooks. Did you, and that was in Mumbai, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. Um, and I have a similar fond memory. I got up very early. I was in India a few years ago now, and I went on an early morning bike tour around the Mumbai fish markets. And so um, I cannot believe how enormous they are. And we also went over to is it called the Elephant Cave and so on as well. So I've got
Yes.
lovely memories of Mumbai. But tell me what it was like for you growing up. Did you spend a lot of time with your mum and grandma cooking or eating or?
So basically, yes, definitely. I spent a lot of time with my great grandmom and my
Great
mom
grandma.
cooking.
Yeah.
So every time I used to come home from school, my grandmom used to, cook up these delicacies for me every day, and I used to keep thinking like, how do you do it every day? Like, where do you get so much energy from?
Mm.
And then with my mom, she was a good baker, so she would always make these beautiful pies, cakes, souffles. And one day I was just helping her make a souffle, and something clicked, and I was like, yeah, maybe I love cooking, and that's when I decided like this is what I want to pursue in my life.
Yeah. And you've really pursued that because I don't know if there's anyone I've ever spoken to who has done quite as much study as you have. You started off doing your BA honours in culinary arts in India, and then you've also done Cordon Bleu courses in London and Australia. What is it about learning more and more for you?
I just feel like the more you learn, the more better you get at it.
Yeah.
There's like I always believe that there's no end for a chef to learn. A chef always keeps learning wherever he goes or she goes.
Mm.
Be it working in different kitchens or in be it going to different culinary schools.
Mm.
Like everyone teaches differently, so you learn from every chef who's teaching you,
Yes.
and you just improve your skills that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you've been very brave in terms of, you've really had some adventures going off to Noma in Denmark as well. Was that, how was that? 3 months at Noma just sounds incredible, but was it a bit nerve wracking at first?
At first, it was a bit nerve wracking, but then the more I got into it, the more I realized how much I respect food.
Mm.
Like, Noma was a place that taught me to see every ingredient from a different perspective.
Mm.
Even if it was like a small ant on a plate, there was just something different about it. Like, and especially when Chef Rene Redzepi used to work, there's just a certain rhythm to his working, and you just wanted to stare, like you just wanted to see him cook, see him work, and that just was an inspiration for me.
Mm. And when you say you appreciate every ingredient, is that they use those ingredients in an unexpected way or in a different way from what you were used to? or they use,
Yes.
yeah.
Because before that, I was never exposed to those kind of ingredients, and when I got to know that okay, you can do so many things with it, then I started doing some research, and I realized in India also up north you use ants, you make a chutney out of ants. So that uh, then I started recognizing each and every ingredient, and I'm like, okay, so you can do this with this, you can do that with it. So it was just exciting. Like so many thoughts started coming in my mind, like innovative techniques, innovative creations.
And what's your approach when do you think about food 24/7?
I live for food.
Oh yeah, great. Do you write things down in a notebook, or do you read books? Do you look at Instagram? What's your main kind of inspiration, I guess?
I just write my notes down. If something pops up in my head, I just start writing it down. Like for me, I work differently. Like I can imagine a dish in my head and then I start working towards it. While some chefs know what they want to do and they start working. They have it all written down and then they think about the dish. So it just works differently.
And how does it compare? You've really experienced some different cuisines and different cultures. Australian food versus Danish food versus Indian food. What have been some things that have stood out for you?
It's mostly the diversity that stands out for me, because there's so much you learn from, like, again, different cultures, different traditions, different cooking methods, different cooking styles. That's what stands out for me. Like, it's just beautiful to learn different things in every different cuisine.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And I think, so Srishti, you've had lots of different experiences and you have travelled with cooking. What would be your advice to young people or to anyone, I suppose, who was thinking about becoming a chef?
I would just say that, it's a hard job, but if you have the passion and willingness to commit, then just go for it. Like, have an open mind, work with different chefs, work with the best to be the best, and never stop learning, because it will only enhance your skills. And I think most importantly, just cook with your heart and work hard. You'll be just fine in the industry then.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time today. I hope that it's sunny in Adelaide. And that you have a nice evening. But I really have loved talking to you. Thank you, Srishti.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Okay, bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Srishti Godbole, a contestant in the Pacific Region San Pellegrino Young Chef Competition. You can check out Srishti's Instagram at SRISHTI1392 for lots of lovely food. I'm also on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef, and if you want to read the chat, you can definitely do that by heading to www.conversationwithachef.com. And I would love it if you told a friend about my chats, and you can of course follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Once again, thanks for listening and have a great day.